Hi, I'm Kev and welcome to this week's Draw Along. This week we are finishing our Avengers series with the mighty Thor. So, for Odin and for Asgard, let's start drawing. Okay, let's get on with it. So, as usual, we're going to be drawing our blue stick figure. And we're going to have him kind of the hammer raised high in the air. He's spinning it around. So he kind of looks like he's jumping for joy in the stick figure process. And then we're gonna bulk him out with our shapes and stuff. So we've got our rib cage, and make sure like the lines follow the so like the chest follows where the shoulders are going. Big tubes for the legs. So I went through several incarnations of this drawing. It took me several attempts to get to a pose that I liked. At first I was kind of going to copy a Jack Kirby pose, but then I decided, you know what, I'll just draw from my head, and I think it came out better because I loosened up a bit. So yeah, when you're drawing, sometimes maybe it's better just to draw from your head. You loosen up a bit as well. So we've bulked our figure out, we have everything in place, and now let's go on to our penciling stage. So we get the helmet on there. I did the helmet with the nose guard, kind of like the Olivia Coipel nose guard. And then I was debating, as you can see, I've debated. At first I think I was going to stick with the beardless Thor, but then I thought, nah, let's give him his beard. So he's quite bulky. Quite a bulky Thor. I've the inspiration for this one was kind of more like Walt Simonson's Thor, which I'll pop on the screen now. I like the way he draws Thor, especially his hair. I think his hair looks very flowy, the way Walt Simonson draws him. Going on to these fingers, so when drawing these fingers, I decided to draw like 5 little kind of tic-tac shapes for the fingers, kind of bending, not a full going in, like halfway between going into a fist. Like Thor is crushing something in his hand, but there's nothing there. Onto the boots. Those are boots with the big knee guards. They're quite awkward to draw. The most awkward thing to draw in this drawing, though, is this hand here. Trying to get it right. I've tried it several times. And as you can see, I kind of had to sketch it out at first on one layer and then go back to it. I wanted to have that kind of effect of the hammer, Mjolnir swinging through the air. So I made sure I got it right. When drawing a fist like this, as you see, so I kind of drew like a box shape. So maybe draw a box shape and then kind of fill in the lines. And the cape is going to be big and kind of heavy looking. Thor's cape isn't a light material, say like Superman's cape. It's kind of a bigger, thicker, more like royal cape. He is the Prince of Asgard or King of Asgard, depending when you're reading the comics. And now on to our inking stage. So as you can see with those arm muscles as well, I've kind of give like a squiggly line to a zigzaggy line to kind of imply the muscles. This is a trick used again by people like Jack Kirby. Bruce Timm does it as well. If you ever see like some of his, maybe not his animation, but maybe like his comics or still drawings. Get those feathers on the helmet. Again, I went for the more feathery looking ones rather than kind of a metallic one. And then I was messing around here a bit with I didn't like that shadow I put under the moustache, so I'm going to fix that in a bit. Add some shine to the helmet. Yeah, fix that. I ummed and ahed about having Thor kind of screaming, but I thought, you know what, let's not. Work on the torso. Give him that belt. So yeah, like I said, with Walt Simonson, I've kind of given him a classic costume as well. Oh yeah, I like the classic costume. And the classic costumes are easier to draw if you've never. This is your first time drawing someone like Thor. I did think about maybe giving him like the chainmail for the arms, but personally I'm not a big fan of the chainmail for the arms. I think he looks cooler with his bare arms out. Add a vein on that bicep. There we go. So you can see with the fingers, like you can see like I don't know where the bottom knuckle is behind the top two knuckles as he bends his fingers. Get some cross hatching in there. Give him rather large feet and tiny ankles. And spotting some of those shadows on the cape. And again, yeah, just adding the spot blacks where they need to be. Some of that kind of bandaging kind of leather straps around Thor's boots. Get those in. And little cross hatching here and there. And now we're on to the colours. As usual, I have done the flats off screen, but we're going to go in and we are going to add our shadows and our highlights. Try and make that helmet kind of metallic looking. Same with the silver circles that are on Thor's costume. Highlights to the hair. Yeah, I think when drawing Thor, I like it to look kind of big and imposing. I always think with Thor, what I like about Thor in the comics is when he turns up, you know, like, oh, something serious is about to go down. With the films, he's gotten a bit too silly. Well, especially with Love and Thunder, that was far too silly. It would be nice to see a serious Thor film. But I think he works better being kind of like serious in Avengers, like when he shows up, like you say, at the end of Infinity War. And you're like, oh, the big guns are here now. Yeah, that's how I see Thor. Again, going in with those shadows. The light's coming from, this time it's kind of coming off the hammer. The lightning. I should have went in there and maybe added some kind of like effects, some glow on there, but on Thor himself, but I didn't. Okay, now I'm just going to fill in the background with using the wet sponge, and then I'm going to go in with my luminance brush, and I am just going to start adding lightning effects to Mjolnir. And then add some lightning, use the lightning brush. The lighting brush? Is it the lighting brush or the lightning brush? Use that behind. And there we go, we pretty much have finished our drawing. There we have it, the mighty Thor. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed the Kev's Draw Along show here on the Nerd Herd channel in general. Today's episode is the final Kev's Draw Along episode. As you most probably know by now, the Nerd Herd is coming to an end, and that also means that Kev's Draw Along is finishing as well. I want to thank everyone for watching and drawing along with these videos, and I want to give a massive thank you to Scott, Shane, Phil and Martin for letting me be a part of their channel. It has been great getting to make these videos and meeting all the wonderful people in this YouTube community, and I couldn't have done it without the Nerd Herd, so a massive thanks to everyone there. I also have really enjoyed everyone's appreciation on my little chibi mascot character, so yeah, thank you for that as well. Though the show is ending, you can still follow me over on Instagram at kwiz1988 and see all the artwork and comics I create. I post pretty much every week on there, so please do give me a follow on my Instagram. As well as that, you can also come meet me in person at the Lakes International Comics Art Festival in Bowness on Windermere in the Lake District at the end of this month. It's between the 29th of September and the 1st of October, and I'll be exhibiting there, and you can come say hello, buy some comics as well. So that'll be good. Again, a massive thank you to everyone that has watched and supported the show, and until next time, keep drawing. Bye bye everyone.